Welcome, listeners, to the WION podcast. Today, we're immediately plunging into something huge, really powerful, the sun.
Our near star, yeah, affects everything.
Exactly. And specifically, this thing called the solar maximum. It's a period, of increased activity.
That's right. We're officially in it now for this cycle. It's part of the sun's usual rhythm, roughly every 11 years or so.
So what does that actually mean? More active? Are we talking explosions?
Well, kind of. You see more sunspots, for starters, those darker patches on the surface.
Uh-huh. Cooler areas, I remember that.
Cooler, yeah, but they're actually hubs of really intense magnetic activity. Think of them as launch pads for solar eruptions.
Launch pads. Okay, so launching what?
Solar flares, huge bursts of energy, radiation, and also these things called coronal mass ejections, or CMEs.
Right, CMEs, enormous bubbles of, solar stuff shooting out.
Exactly. Plasma and magnetic fields, basically.
Yeah.
And when one of those heads our way and hits Earth's magnetic field,
Our planetary shield.
right, it can sort of rattle that shield. That interaction can cause solar storms, or more specifically, geomagnetic storms here on Earth.
And these storms aren't just pretty lights, the auroras. They have real effects.
Oh, definitely. They can mess with satellites, communication satellites, GPS navigation.
Okay, so that affects us directly. Phones, navigation.
Yep, radio signals too.
Hmm.
And in really strong cases, they can even put stress on power grids, potentially cause outages.
Wow. And this is all tied back to the sun's magnetic field doing its thing.
Precisely. The sun's whole magnetic system goes through this big reorganization during the cycle. Its north and south poles can actually flip.
Flip the whole pole.
Yeah, roughly every decade or so as part of this cycle.
Yeah.
It's a huge driver for all this activity.
So we're in the maximum period, but does that mean the absolute peak day has passed, or?
That's the tricky part. We know we're in the general phase, but pinpointing the exact peak month, well, that could still be months, maybe even a year or two away. We only know for sure in hindsight, really.
Interesting. And this current cycle, is it behaving as expected?
It's actually been a little bit more active, particularly with sunspots, than the initial prediction suggested.
More active. Should we be more worried then?
Well, we have seen some decent-sized solar storms, but so far, nothing wildly outside what you'd expect for a solar maximum period. It's definitely keeping scientists busy, though.
A big learning opportunity, I guess.
Absolutely. It's a fantastic time to study the sun and how it influences, our whole environment here.
So yeah, as the sun goes through this active phase, it's a potent reminder, isn't it? This connection between our star and, well, our tech-dependent lives down here.
It really is. A lot of exciting science, but also highlights how dynamic and sometimes disruptive things can be out there.
A fascinating balance. Well, that's our dive for today. Stay tuned for more such intriguing stories to come.